My people, I really want to add my voice to this broad daylight murder of Mine Ogidi by an officer of the Nigerian Police Force, Nuhu, from the Ekpan Division. It is no longer news that a police officer killed an unarmed youth just recently, and the manner with which this young man was killed was so crude, was so animalistic, was so undemocratic, and in fact it was like a Gestapo style. He was killed in a manner like it's like in a Gestapo, as if he was captured by a bandit and was just eliminated just like that, in a civilized country. This can never be. This can never be. In fact, we watched the gruesome murder of this young man in the most annoying way. Well, a lot of persons have added their voices to what is happening, this trending murder issue of Mine Ogidi by this ASP Nuhu, whatever his name is. I would like to add my voice to this issue. You see, this is not the first murder incident committed by the police in this manner in this country. There have been several of them. Even if they did not trend as much as this one, or nobody heard about it, there have been issues, reports concerning police brutality, police harassment, and these extrajudicial killings by the police across the country. And this call for concern, because we cannot continue to have bandits, terrorists, and all sorts of criminal elements, and then add to the situation that we have on ground by our police killing innocent Nigerians. Yes, because no matter what, even if person is alleged to have committed an offense, nobody, by law, nobody has the right to take the life of another except through the court process. Nobody. And that is after the person must have been investigated, first arrested. In fact, it is only in Nigeria where arrest would have to come before investigation. In other advanced crimes, you would have to have carried out your thorough investigation before you even proceed to arrest somebody. Let's say this incident happened just the way it happened. Let's say there is a need for you to arrest before you even investigate. You arrest the person, and then you take the person before the police station and do your proper investigation after getting statements or extracting statement from the suspect. But in this recent case that is trending all over the country, the murder of Mine Ogidi, you will see the classical way our police behave. Like I said, very animalistic, crude, barbaric way. No nation can grow with men like Nuhu in the police force. No nation security can ever grow with men like Nuhu. And he's even a superior police officer, an assistant superintendent of police, ASP. He's a great disgrace, not just to the police force, but to this country. A country that has so many graduates, so many intellectuals. It is the like of Nuhu that is in the police force. It is sad. I would like to look at this issue from a different perspective. The truth is just that it is high time the police hierarchy, the police authority, the government start looking at the recruitment procedures into the police force. We cannot just have touts, bandits, or men who have bandit-like minds in the police force. We, as a people, as Nigerians, we have intellectuals, we have sane people, we have graduates, we have refined men and women who are looking for a job. You would want to ask me, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because the current architecture of our police force is like a force that is meant for criminals, bandits. A police force that is meant for low-grade persons, people who don't have the capacity to think, people who are uneducated, touts, street urchins. In other advanced countries, people aspire to be policemen and women. Yes, because it's a calling. The police force all over the world, is very critical in the development of any nation because they protect lives and property. And they are valued all over the world. And the police force is not for men of low integrity or men who are retards, men who are insane, men or women who are uncouth, who are undemocratic, barbaric, animalistic. No, it's for refined men, men with good thinking capacity, well-educated persons, people who have good mindsets, people who can think logically. Because for you to be in the police force and then start carrying out investigation, you are not a moron, you are not a street urchin, you are not a bandit, so to say, you are not a low-grade person. You are top-notch personality. Because if you take a proper look at our police force, particularly those at the rank and the file, those junior officers, and even some senior officers like this Nuhu that just murdered in broad daylight Okenemine, you will see that the force, is full of men and women that ought not to be there in the first place. Take a look at our policemen that we see everywhere. Sometimes the way they act makes you conclude that these people are insane, they are mad. Because it only takes an insane person. You just look at our various roads. If you are applying our road, you see how they will just jump on the road, crack gun, and face innocent Nigerians. They've done these things. We see these things. We cannot pretend that we don't see the decadence, the rots, the deep rots in the police force. There is so much that needs to be done to overhaul the police, and we have to start from a proper recruitment procedure. The government really needs to give attention to the police force. An agent that is meant to protect and secure life doesn't have to be manned by mad people, insane people, people who don't think properly, people who act at the spur of the moment, people who do not befit that position, low grades, touts, street urchins, where we have intelligent Nigerians, graduates, men and women of caliber who are looking for a job. And again, the government needs to truly look into this recruitment procedure. And the government needs to give attention to our police. We need to fund the police properly. We need to give the police force a good image that will make an average Nigerian wants to aspire to become a policeman. Look at what is happening elsewhere in the world. These are countries like the United States of America, Britain, England, Germany, Canada, Australia, just even our African, some of our African countries, Ghana, in South Africa, you can go on and on, Rwanda. You will see how disciplined these forces they are elsewhere in other parts of the world, in other countries of the world. But you come to Nigeria, the case is different, and it is not far-fetched. If you look at the manner with which our government treats the police, you can safely conclude the reason why we have low grades, low men of intellect, men who are not supposed to be in the police force, why they are all flocking in, why people who are supposed to be there are not there. That is why we'll have a case like this one we just had, where this young man was murdered. I watched the video. It was pathetic. It was so sad to watch. I have never seen such a thing all my life. I have never. Where you have already arrested somebody, you have even handcuffed him, his hands behind his back, behind him, you've handcuffed him, and the young man was even telling you that he's going to supply you with information for you to work with, and then you took the laws into your hand. You decided to murder him in the most impunity way. This is so sad. This is so sad. This is so sad. I call on the government of this country to please, and the police force, the police authority, to once again visit the mode of recruiting police men and women, because it starts from there. We cannot have the likes of Nuhu in the police. They will always bring disrepute, not just to the police force, but to Nigeria. News like this, they go far and they spread very fast, and it usually tarnishes the image of this country. These are stories. These are news that does not add value to our nation, that tarnishes the image of our country, because the manner with which this police officer operated was the most crudest, barbaric, animalistic way. I cannot believe when I watched the video, I cannot believe that in this 21st century things like this can happen. But of course, as a lawyer, we know these things happen. It's just because they don't trend and they don't get captured like this for people to see. And this is why I will want to also call on Nigerians. It is high time we start recording, having gadgets. I've said that in one of my videos, that it is high time we equip ourselves by making available to us gadgets, electronic gadgets, different electronic gadgets, particularly our young ones who are the targets of these police officers. Many of these police officers are criminals themselves, like the likes of Nuhu. He's a criminal. Yes, I dare say that. He's a criminal. How would you in broad daylight kill another human being? Who are you then? Are you a law enforcement officer? If you are truly a law enforcement officer, you can never take the laws into your hands by executing somebody the court has not found to be guilty of any offense and then pass judgment on that he should be executed. No, you just took the laws. You constitute yourself into the law enforcement. Of course, you are a law enforcement agent, and then into the judiciary. You are everything combined in one. You tried the person there and there. You killed the person. I mean, this is sad. This is really very, very sad. This is sad. This is sad. The government, please, I call upon you, the government of Nigeria, please let us visit the issue of appointing police officers. We have brilliant Nigerians men and women of caliber, men that are sane, not insane. We have great men and women. Let us rebrand the police force so that it can begin to play the role that is meant to play. The role of protecting lives and property. They can begin to play it in a very civil, democratic, and constitutional manner. Honestly, this story is sad. And I would want to also appeal to the police authority that we need thorough investigation, because we cannot explain what just happened. We cannot explain it, except there are underlying issues, there are cover-up, except there are some things that we are not saying. We call on the Inspector General of Police to carry out a thorough investigation to find out what led to this murder. Are there things the police force they are covering? I mean, that division of the police force where of the place where this Nuhu Ribadu belongs or came from. Are there things that they know that the average Nigerians don't know? Why was this young man murdered in this manner? Even when he elects to even provide the police with more information that will lead to their investigation of this issue of arms. It's pathetic. I feel so sad, honestly. I don't even know what to say. It's pathetic. You can just imagine the feeling of the family, the mother, precisely how she would take this issue. But on a more serious note, we need to look deeply into the activities of the police, and we need to bring men and women who will bring honor, pride, not just to the police force but to this nation. Enough of these extrajudicial killings in the police force. There should be serious sanctions. There should be serious measure to stop these extrajudicial killings. It's becoming something else. We cannot be afraid of bandits, terrorists, kidnappers, robbers, and still be afraid of the police that is meant to protect us, to protect our lives and our property. We cannot be afraid of this person and then be afraid of the police force. We cannot. So Nigeria needs to do something very urgently to address police brutality, extrajudicial killings, harassment, especially of our young ones. We see them every day on the road. Even though by virtue of our position, we don't get this harassment, but we see how our young ones are being harassed daily. This is sad. The government needs to look into it. That is my humble advice. Thank you.